This next tool is a little bit higher level, and we use it mostly in our middle school and up, but the elementary and younger heroes do use it too. This are Dave Logan's tribal levels. I'll show it to you. So a very basic explanation, and I hope as I explain it, you'll be able to see why this tool is so valuable in our families and our work environments, and especially in a school environment where we're learning character and leadership development. So all groups of people take on one of these levels of identity, and you can usually see it or hear it, identify it easily through their language. So a very basic example of a level 1 is the language might be life sucks. Sorry, I don't like that word, but it's on the poster. This stinks, all of life is terrible. These kind of groups band very strongly. Think of it like gangs. Like all of life is awful, so let's just make it more awful together. And we're gonna have each other's backs in making life awful, because all of life is awful. This isn't super common in just your everyday normal life, unless you are in a place where gang mentality is. So now if one person says that doesn't necessarily mean that the whole group is that way, but it will edge the whole group down that way unless we counteract it with better, different language. Second level is my life stinks. Not all of life stinks, just mine. I am the victim of life and it's awful. Apathetic victim is what that one's called. Number 3 is the lone warrior. I'm great and you're not. And this is where most of corporate America is. You think of climbing the ladder, sort of dog eat dog. I'm great, I'm gonna prove it. I'm going to do all I need to make sure I'm above you so that I meet my goals, so that I get what I want out of life. So it's just very common. Most groups in America just fall into a 3. They're naturally drawn to a 3 area. It just kind of balances out at a 3. 4, tribal pride. We are great and you're not. So think of sports teams, a high school rivalry team. We're great. All of us are great. All the people in red are great. And all the people over there in blue are not great. So it is a strong team. You feel strongly connected to the people that you're in the same color with, but that's as far as it goes. That's as far as your care goes. In fact, having a common enemy, if you will, is what bands you together. Level 5 is what the greatest corporations and companies in the world attain to, and governments and families. This is called innocent wonderment, and the sentiment here is that life is great. And the beauty of the level 5 is you're unaware of all of those other things that drag you down. You're kind of unaware of your competition because you are so mission driven that what they're doing doesn't matter. Not in a way of we don't care about them. It just, you are so enthralled with the meaningful mission you're on that life is great. You're in a creative space. You are curious about life and people and what the possibilities are. And this helps people become really resourceful and creative because they don't see the limitations that are kind of inherent in these other areas. So that's what this kind of says. We don't even see competition because we're playing our own game to make the world a better place and accomplish something incredible together. So just imagine for a moment your family, if you're basic tribal, I'm sorry, that's the word the book uses. I know there's weight around that word. But if your basic sentiments around life and your relationship and the work you do together is a level 5, that's really empowering. And you can see how even a level 4 kind of feels yucky, we're awesome, but the family next door isn't. Ooh, that isn't the world we want to create. So tribal levels is a tool to help your hero see the world in a context of how they can grow and how they can make the world a better place. Very, very simple, powerful tool that your child needs, your child wants, our families need and we want. Where is your child going to get this? Hopefully from you, and of course, if they go to a school where they're focused on tools to equip them to find their life mission, it's here.